Hey guys, today I've got the T-top off my car, got it in the garage, and I'm going to install new weather stripping, well, the drip seal, or drip edge, which is right here. I didn't do that when I did the weather stripping. I should have. So if you are planning on doing that, then get everything. These here are the pillars for right here. This one's not bad, but the current ones fit funky, and I wanted to replace them because they're goofed up. And I've got a few other parts here. Well, here's one of the drip edges, and I've got window switches and door locks. I think that was it. Oh, and I got floor mats. Hang on. You can't really see them, can you? Well, they're Firebird logoed black floor mats, and black is alright, I guess. So yeah, I wish they had a tan color, but they do not, or a color to match the rest of the interior. So here's one of the drip edges, and it looks to me like it's exactly the same for right and left. So we are gonna remove all the hardware from this T-top, starting with these 3 Phillips screws. I think I just said starting with this 3 Phillips screws. If I did, and I'm not sure, I'd have to look back at the video. If I did say that, I meant these. I apologize for my terrible grammar when I'm on camera. So yeah. So now I'm removing this screw here out of the handle. That is a T20 Torx bit. And it should just pop right off just like that. This is a metal handle. It's kind of interesting because it kind of seems plastic. But this piece is off, and now we are going to, well, that's pretty neat. Maybe I should grease that. I think I'm gonna grease that. But anyways, I believe I have to pull off my weather stripping that I had put in before. So that's another reason why you should do it at the same time. Alright, so next, remove Phillips screws, 4 of them here. That takes this metal piece out which held the weather strip in, so the kind of a U-shaped deal there. Alright, got the 4 screws out. This one here should just lift right off, and this one is actually taking the drip guard with. So that is loose. I'm going to put down the camera to get both hands and separate these so it is done properly without ruining anything. Alright, that was very easy. Now we've got this piece separated from that old drip guard, and I'm not really anything to clean up. But I did use some weather strip adhesive on this to kind of hold the old one together, I should have again just bought new ones at that time, but I didn't. So now I'm picking this skunk off. So that is what I'm doing, and I will show when I go ahead and install the new one. Alright, so some of this shmoo is actually factory, so we're going to leave that. But as you can see on this new seal, it sits just like this, and there is actually adhesive that runs right along here. So we are going to want to clean up this whole thing. It's got some filthy age on there, so we're gonna clean that up with probably just a wet paper towel or something like that, and then we will be ready to install the new one. So I just put a light coating of lithium grease on that and that. This looks too hard to really do anything with that, so I just chose to leave it. I haven't had any problems with it sticking, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Now we are going to peel off this covering of the adhesive and line it up with the holes of the screws and lay it down. Okay, I've just discovered something. There are a right and a left. The screws don't match up, so I'll grab the other one. I did not realize that, and I didn't pay attention to the package when I bought it. Alright, I bought a right and a left, but you know what I mean. When I grabbed it out of the box right here, I didn't realize they were different. So we'll get this other one, slap it on there. Pretty self-explanatory. Go ahead, do it yourself. So a little trick is to just peel back this red covering just slightly and line it up with the first screw hole, and then peel it back as you put it on. And after grabbing the other one, now all the holes line up. So we are going to put this on, and pay attention before you do it. You might have it's aftermarket and maybe a little bit different, so just make sure that it's spaced evenly between the front of the T-top glass and the back of it, so it's centered and the bolt holes are all exposed. So I've got it on there just with the adhesive. That looks really good. So next we are going to do exact reverse and take this piece here, which we had just taken off, and place it on in the same spot where it came off, and put those 4 screws back in. To avoid stripping the screws, it is best to use just a plain old screwdriver, not motorized or like a power screwdriver, so you don't strip out these screws, because that would be a bummer. I don't know if you'd be able to find them, and then if you could, you'd have to paint them. Well, I guess you really wouldn't because it's covered up, but it's nice to have things be original, so it's just some advice from me. Alright, that's on. You can kind of tell where this lined up. They're not just screw holes, they actually are oval shaped, well, somewhat. They slide up and down, so you can tell by where the metal has been rubbed from the screw head previously to kind of get it roughly where it was before. Next, we are going to take our weather stripping and pop it right back into the channel it was in previously. Now, what I have found from this is it's best to get, well, really it's technically it's the top, but when you have it upside down like this, it's the bottom, this side over here, so technically the top side of the lip in first, and then come along this side and just poke the edge in here with a flat blade screwdriver. Much easier to install this. So that's do whatever works for you, but that's the way I would recommend. Now that that is in place, it is very, I mean, you really can't see much here underneath. It actually does look like I missed a spot. There. Now you can kind of see if it got shoved in all the way by pulling it down slightly. The top side, on the other hand, you can't really see how you did unless you pull on the new drip guard that I'd rather not pull on it. I want it to not be mangled up. So that is, I mean, I guess your choice on whether you want to do it that way, but like I said, it's easier to do the technically top side first and then do this bottom side. So alright, next we are going to take this piece over here and line it up with our latch handle and the screw holes and go ahead and put those screws in. So got these in. It looks really good. Super happy with the results. I wish this would stay better. There's adhesive there, and then you got that factory gunk crap. At least I believe it's factory. So it seems to be having trouble sticking on each side, and that's kind of a bummer. But for now, anyways, we are going to put this handle on, just like that. Give her a test run. Seems to be working just as it should be, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this screw back in with that T20 Torx. Don't laugh at my screwdriver setup. I've got a 1/4 inch nut driver with the bit in the end. Pretty goofy, but I have a lack for tools in the garage here, so I'm gonna put the camera down so I don't strip the screw with this crappy tool setup. So catch you for the fitment right after this. So here is the fitment. Really quite wonderful. And close the door. It no longer catches here and makes it all ripply. Really happy with it. There are two types of drip guards. These are the more flexible type, and then there are plastic ones. So the both T-tops are done the exact same way, and again, this one's actually sticking fairly well, but this one not the greatest. If I do have trouble, I guess I can fix it later with some trim adhesive or something, but for now we're good. This here is a huge bummer. I'm trying to find something for the edging, but it's hard to find. They don't make them anymore. So if I do find something that, I mean, I've got stuff ordered, but if I do find something, I will tell you guys what I used.